pride of West Michigan, Andy Matthews, yesterday won himself the Michigan PGA Tournament of Champions at Boyne Mountain Resort and did so in very dramatic fashion. In fact, as I understand it, the 30-year-old even arrived at the tournament in very dramatic fashion and didn't have much time to prepare. Good morning and congratulations, Andy.
Good morning, Michael Patrick. Thanks. I appreciate it.
You came off the Canadian tour and had to do some fancy dancing just to get to Boyne in the first place. Is that true?
That is, I was scheduled to fly in from Denver late Sunday night and get up to Boyne, and the airlines found a way to put a little delay, and I didn't end up getting into Grand Rapids until about 5 o'clock Monday morning, and a couple hours sleep, and a good friend of mine who we had actually prearranged a plane to get me up to Boyne, but luckily everything arrived, myself and my golf clubs, and we got up there and managed to play some good golf.
Wow, what was your starting time on Monday?
It was 1:15 in the afternoon. So fortunately, I had a little window to work with, but it was getting smaller by the hour.
Wow, what did you shoot 65 in that opening round?
I did, yeah. I think I was running on a bit of adrenaline and only having about an hour and a half or 2 hours sleep that night. So yeah, I made 9 birdies and 2 bogeys.
Do you know what that does to average players around the state listening to you right now, thinking, this guy can get 2 hours of sleep, fly in from Denver, show up the last minute, probably still half awake, and shoot 65. And then, and when you get done hearing that, then you hear that a 15-year-old shoots 62, and you say, what chance is there for the rest of us?
It was a pretty dynamic tournament. I mean, there were all kinds of cool storylines happening, and I think the coolest one was Henry Doe. I mean, I met Henry at the Michigan Open over at Orchard Lake earlier this summer, and he had made the cut as a 14-year-old and played some really good golf. And then to see him shoot the numbers that he did this week really wasn't a surprise. And it was really pretty cool to be able to play with him, and then Allison Fouch, another player from Grand Rapids, and myself as a professional, Henry as a junior, and Allison as a female professional. I mean, it was a pretty dynamic group.
Yeah, it was the final that Everett Kircher and Ken Devine and Art Tebow and everybody always dreamed of in this Tournament of Champions, where you play against anybody who's won a Michigan tournament. You had a junior, a professional, and a female professional all playing against each other there, and a junior amateur, of course. So it was perfect. But you threw, as I understand, a 35-foot birdie putt on the last hole at Henry Doe, and that sealed the deal, eh?
Well, it was kind of interesting. For most of the day, Henry had about a 3 or 4 shot lead on both me and Allison. Mm-hmm. And given that Henry was an amateur, it was kind of between Allison and I for the first place check. Mm-hmm. And I managed to roll in a putt on 16 to bring back even with Allison, but I was still a couple of shots behind Henry, and he was playing solid all day. And I managed to roll in about a 35-footer on the last, and that was, for me, what I thought was just to get into a playoff, as Henry had about a 2.5 or 3 foot putt for par, and I thought we were going to go back for some more golf, but unfortunately it lipped out, and I went from being 4 shots down with 3 holes to play to winning by 2. It was a pretty dramatic and surprising finish, that's for sure.
Well, maybe the pressure got him. He's young after all, but it'll be a good learning experience. Where do you go next?
I am already actually in Wisconsin this morning. I'm heading up to the EAA Air Venture in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, to promote a new business that my partner and I from Michigan have founded called iFlightPlanner.com.
After all that, iFlightPlanner.com, after your flight was delayed from Denver, it's perfect. Congratulations, Andy Matthews. We'll talk again soon. The new Boyne Tournament of Champions winner from Ada, Michigan, our Northwood University leader of the day. It's Michael Patrick Shields, back in a flash.